CCA Season 4 playoffs took place on December 1st, 2023. This is part 1 of this 2-part series covering the semifinals. Check out part 2 in the cards and description, as that covers grand finals. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy. To start things off, we need some backstory with these teams and how they got to this point. We'll start with the first matchup of tonight, PSU Blue of Penn State University going up against Red Emberz of Illinois State University. PSU went 5-0 in groups, dropping one map to UC Davis, as Red Emberz barely snuck out alive, being the first and one of the only teams to probably ever make playoffs in Division 1 with a 2-3 record. This is a rematch from the group stage as well, where PSU did get the 4-0 sweep over them and has only dropped one map lifetime to this point. Let's get things started in the final 30 seconds of Game 1. After a low-scoring game so far, Red Emberz is forced to make a final push and try to take the lead. But the ink fact from Tarao is unable to find anything. Kraken and Mare are able to swing through, finding two members of ISU, forcing them back all the way to their own basket. And with that, PSU will just keep the Charger, who's holding this power clamp, out of play. Pass claims to Kraken and Mare to end that overtime just like that.
Gonna build the power clamp and what, the nail in the coffin there? I mean, just a beautiful play there to, wrap this one up.
Now as we head into Game 2, listen to what Frosty, one of the live commentators, says as they finish a recap and reports on what to expect into Game number 2.
It wasn't enough to take their lead away, and I think that's what they were counting on. Just sort of, okay, well, we've got the X-Flow, we've got enough defensive play style that we can kind of play around that aggression and just push them off right when we've about hit our limit and make our counter push really good. But speaking of one push, Splat Zone's Barnacle and Dime.
A classic.
And that one push relies on your openings. PSU will cap the zone first in their control, but just look at how they use their paint to their advantage. Crab tank from Jay to help support Vapor's Explo shots as well. Kraken and Snow will dive into the plat. That will result in a huge wipe in favor of PSU. Look how fast Snow just swung up to the top left area, and they are in complete control. But now with Snow sharking right beneath, they will find two additional members of ISU, leaving the Charger last one up with that ink back online. Using that ink back shot to try to cap the zone, but they miss the flip. That's because the zone did flip there. That's going to be Game 2 in favor of PSU.
Oh, they took a page out of the Splatoon World Championship there.
Next up is a known map that PSU struggles on. Tower Control Museum de Alfonsino. After a rough start of the game, Red Emberz is going to start to roll the tower towards the second checkpoint to try to retake control. They will clear it with ease as KoronaBeer finds Kraken on the spinner and moving the tower even further forward. They need to find this roll, but it's going to be Vapor from the side. Find the Charger and two more. That's a triple. Last one will jump in. There's the delayed wipeout. PSU has one huge push that they need to make here, and it's time for them to make it now with a minute left. Snow, Zuka ready, but just look at how this ink back shot. 1, 2, 3 is only Kraken left, and they're going to get punished on the jump out. And just like that, this is going to go in favor of Illinois State. This will give Red Emberz their first map of the set, as they do need to win multiple in a row to try to shut down Penn State's momentum, especially on Crab Lake Capital Rainmaker. Opening early is going to be PSU, finding 2 members of Red Emberz. Grab that fish, take that rail, and go to the top right will be Vapor holding this Rainmaker with that ink back out right after the checkpoint has been snagged. Help out Snow get the shot out, but look on the reverse side of this. It's going to be Tarao with the back themselves to take the lead. ISU trying to keep a push moving forward. They do take the lead, but it's going to end right there. Later in this game, Penn State looking to make a major push of their own, and look at how they set this up. Vapor length left moves to the right, and this patience on top of it. Wait for your team to help clean things up and then move forward. That's going to be a lead change with huge points on the board, but it isn't over just yet. Jay with that bomb, keeping PSU up front. Snow jumping in. Jay snagging this Rainmaker, drops down and moves it all the way to 7 points remaining. ISU has one more chance. With not much time on the clock, Kraken will swing in and finish off the Rainmaker. After that, though, let's go forward to the end of Game 5. PSU down in overtime. They need to make a play. There's Jay. Gets 2, jumps in. 1 clam goes in, but the other one misses. That is so unfortunate. Snow from the top gets 3 clams in, but if that power clam made it, that would have been the game in favor of PSU.
Red Emberz is gonna take a second game off of Penn State.
Penn State has now lost 2 maps based off getting shut down by one thing. First was going 3 down to an inkvac shot. This time, they just missed the power clam. Illinois State, though, has been holding up in every single other game and has been playing better than expected of them. As this game does end up reaching overtime, Illinois State takes the zone and shuts down 2 PSU members, leaving only the 2 brushes left up to defend. Unfortunately for Illinois State, Kraken gets in with the flank, taking 3 members down along with that. So PSU will steal that away. But given that game and how low scoring it was, leave it to DRF and Frosty to break this down.
Left and right, it's difficult to sort of play the numbers game when you don't know how many numbers there is at any given time. You can't count on anything.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're seeing right now. I believe this is the Flounder Zones game. Look at those graphs. I don't think I've ever seen such a straight line in a Splat Zones game, period. That is absolutely wild that neither team delivered any points for the entire last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I can't believe it myself either. Just nothing happening.
Literally nothing happened for 3 minutes. It was just like you said, Frosty. It was so much, yet so little happened.
I don't think I saw a wipeout. Did you?
I don't think there was a wipeout either. That's the crazy part.
Okay.
Like, literally, like, if you look at this top here, I've never seen such an empty, like, just a bunch of headers there. Like, we saw 2 lead swaps the entire time, and just nobody scored after that. Like, you can't make this up.
We're tired. We're gonna stop. Like, what?
That is absolute comedy.
With PSU 1 game from securing the set, Illinois State starts tower hagglefish. Tarao rides this tower and uncontested as Xolo and Korona securing picks ahead of it. PSU does manage to stop the bleeding at 18 points remaining by pushing back with 2 of specials of their own. PSU takes their turn to push and demonstrate beautiful teamwork. Huge crab tank from Jay setting up on that tarp at a vantage point thanks to Kraken, and using that killer whale as well to help. Jay will end up going down, but Vapor on this tower into this second checkpoint will end up breaking it and looking to swap into this lead, trying to get it, and they do steal it. That's going to be 15 points remaining as Kliff cleans it up.
Lead in their favor, but point. We're still playing for another minute and a half.
I see you do it. I did it. Next, try to do it again is all PSU is saying. Tarao on this tower finds one. Finds two with the partial charge. That's going to be a lead flip right back. 1 point.
That was insane. The tap shot.
And now, back into Game 8. After Illinois did take Game 7, trying to break this first checkpoint is PSU, and they do end up securing it for Jay's life. To take a convincing lead, PSU trying to use this Ink Storm. Whales, there's that splashdown as well. The back will be unable to stop the Rainmaker on his own. 14 points remaining after Kraken just snags that Rainmaker. Illinois State has at least one chance to push this Rainmaker and is looking for an opening to push to the right side. Unfortunately for them, two of their members drop as it's going to be Jay on the flank. This will put PSU into the grand finals.
PSU Blue wins the set 5-3.
And the splashdown for the coup de grace at the end. So fitting. Cooking in the last game. They need to punch their ticket. And what a decision it was.
Oh my goodness. I don't think you could have painted this set any better.
PSU coming up short in a few maps. But hey, they got the win at the end of the day, so they'll be moving on to grand finals. Going up against the winner of this next upcoming set. Heading into our next matchup, Michigan State University's MSU Aries has been dominant throughout this entire season. And with that, they're going to try to prove dominance once more. Banana Split, though, has been holding on from University of California at Davis, holding on to their title as the reigning champions, and have been proving that they are a really good team, but they need to get through this juggernaut first. MSU demonstrates their dominance with a convincing push on Claim Blitz. Arbiter baits UCD forward while MSU punishes them by using the splatter color screen and inkjet. A symphony of demise follows all members of UC Davis fall while MSU is uncontested, scoring clams and make that a knockout.
And MSU starting to set strong with a KO over Banana Split.
UC Davis cannot seem to find their footing on Zone Barnacle and Dime either. Their Trizuka is going to get punished by Arbiter. Sharks to help catch two UCD members with Riki cleaning up the last one. That's going to lead to another knockout in the favor of MSU.
Will take this second map home. It's going to be 2-0 MSU Aries continuing on in this semis.
MSU starts a strong tower push using the splatter color screen with Andu following behind. Cuber rides that tower and manages to isolate Wickett on the top. Wickett is going to get hard punished by that charger, and just like that, Cuber staying on this tower, helping Riki up front, does end up getting picked off, but won't be enough to stop this push. Andu will get on this tower and ride it home. Knockout in favor of MSU. UC Davis begins to fall like dominoes after they're wiped out this time in Game 4. Arbiter will pick up that Rainmaker, and Patience finds the opportunity. Just look at how slow Arbiter plays here. Waits for those teammates to find those picks, moves forward with help of that inkjet to get the knockout.
Aries on a roll at match point now, 4-0.
You see, Davis now desperate. They need to try to make a push using those Tena missiles, but with two members going down, MSU avoiding all those missiles, the double wiper on UCD are forced to dive forward, but it'll just be a hair too late.
Talk about a set that defined the statement.
Oh man.
Penn State Blue plays MSU Aries for Grand Finals in Division 1.
And with that, UC Davis Banana Split will unfortunately drop to the bronze match and will end up losing to Red Emberz of Illinois State University there. So unfortunate ending for them, but Illinois State proves himself strong this entire season. Now with that, click on the card to watch the recap of Grand Finals between MSU Aries and the PSU Blue Michigan State University versus Pennsylvania State University.